Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rachel and today we're going to be talking about my hospital bag that I brought during COVID to have our daughter Penelope. But before we get started, please subscribe to my channel and help support our little family. I am a first-time mama and I gave birth to my daughter Penelope in January of 2021. So our hospital bag looks kind of different from those in previous YouTube channels that I've seen, just because we didn't have to plan on really seeing people. I guess all we had were nurses and doctors and obviously Gilbert and I. So we didn't have to plan on outfits for people coming to see us at the hospital, friends and family and all that. And then also, thankfully, Gilbert is a photographer, but we didn't have to plan on getting professional photos and all the outfits and hair and makeup done for that. So our hospital bag looks a little bit different. So I'm gonna start out with the unnecessary things I brought. So those of you who've seen my other YouTube videos and me going into the hospital, I looked ridiculous. I did my hair and makeup, which I was actually really happy about because my birth went so fast. I was really lucky in that everything went really quickly and really smoothly, so I didn't have time to worry about my hair and makeup actually when I got to the hospital, because once I got there I was full on dilated and ready to start pushing. I was only in the hospital, I don't know, like 5 hours, I guess, and Penelope was out. But I rolled in this huge suitcase, which Gilbert told me was totally unnecessary. And I will say the things in my suitcase were unnecessary, but I am actually glad I had the rolly suitcase, because being that pregnant and Gilbert actually couldn't come upstairs with me. He had to wait in the lobby because of COVID. They, when you get to the hospital, they check you, and it takes like 45 minutes to an hour to get checked. So they send like a swab from down there down to the lab, and then they decide if you can actually be admitted or not. So he had to wait in the lobby until I was actually admitted. So it was nice to have a rolly suitcase, but a lot of things I put in there I did not need. So anywho, the first thing I put in there is I put in there a ton of clothes, because we were having a preemie baby, and I've heard like horror stories about how you're stuck in the hospital for like a month, and I honestly wasn't sure with like COVID how long we'd be in there. So I packed so many clothes. Like I packed underwear and like different cutesy little things. I packed a robe and all this. But honest to God, I wore the same outfit for basically 3 days because I was so sore after giving birth. You don't want to get out of bed. And like I said, family and friends aren't coming, and all that are seeing you are nurses and then your spouse and obviously your baby. So cute. But I literally wore my mesh panties and a like nursing bra in bed for 3 days. And I changed my panties obviously because they get like blood and all that on them, super gross. But that was my outfit. And when I got cold, I put a cardigan on so that way I could still nurse. So I wish I wouldn't have packed all the clothes that I did, because I didn't change. I didn't even shower, to be honest, because they never recommended it, and they said that I needed to be cleared to shower, and they never kind of like mentioned it, and I never mentioned it. But I didn't want to get out of bed anyways. I could barely stand up because my like lower abdomen was so sore. So I packed shower supplies, but I didn't use that either. So I packed all these clothes, didn't use it. Shower supplies, didn't use it. I didn't have time to even like think about a pump. And so I didn't pack one, obviously, but I'm glad I didn't bring one, because my insurance actually paid for a pump, and I'm sure a lot of people's do, and you'd get that ahead of time. But when we get to the hospital, they literally ask you if you have a pump. You say no, and then they do all the work for you and bill your insurance company for you and send you home with a pump that day. So that was really nice, and I'm glad I didn't go through all the hassle of having to go through the insurance company myself and figure all that out, because it was so easy and convenient that they did it for me when I was at the hospital. Another thing that I packed that I wish I wouldn't have is I was like told, well, I wasn't told, I guess I've seen on like other things, like these panties, I guess, from like Always, like these discreet like little like grandma diapers basically, that you should pack these and wear instead of like the mesh panties and the huge pads at the hospital. I wish I wouldn't have bought these actually. I think I only bought one pack, I think, and they're small, medium ones, but I wore these maybe like twice when I got home. I actually loved the mesh panties that they gave us. Those huge pads, the mesh panties, the ice packs, all of the above, I loved. Now I'll go over what they gave me at the end of this video. But I thought all those things were absolutely fantastic. I kind of regret buying these. I think these were like $13 or something. Just, I am very frugal and kind of a minimalist. And so I don't spend things and I don't buy things that I absolutely do not need. Like, if you haven't noticed, I probably wear half my outfits, the same outfits in all my YouTube videos, just because I just don't really care about clothes, I guess. But, so I was kind of upset I bought these. I only wore them like once, and I preferred the mesh panties, actually. So, that's one thing I regret buying and bringing with me. Another thing that you don't need at the hospital that I ended up buying and not using there, I used them once I got home, but are these breast pads. I actually got these on clearance from, I think, Meijer. But your milk doesn't come in for like 2 or 3 days later. And so I wasn't leaking. These are for leakage. I did leak a ton after I got home, but I didn't need these in the hospital. So those are a few things that I didn't need. And for entertainment, a lot of people say like you're in the hospital and you're sitting there bored and all that. So bring a book, bring a laptop, blah, blah, blah. My delivery went so stinking fast. I was not bored at all. And I honestly wish I had a little bit more time. So I do not recommend bringing a book and all that, because even if you do have more time than I had, I feel like you're just so busy talking to nurses and doctors, and they have a TV, and your spouse is there and all that. I just didn't feel like that was necessary. My baby's crying, so I'm going to get her and bring her back and bring her in this video. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I lied. She took a binky, so hopefully that will keep her a little bit content for just another minute. She's so sleepy and she needs to be taking a nap, but we'll see how that goes. So anyways, those are just a few of the things that I had in my bag that I thought were totally unnecessary. A few things that I've heard from other people that are necessary or not necessary are pillows and blankets and your own towels and your own slippers. I find that totally unnecessary. I feel like the hospital bed, you're only in for 2 or 3 days max. If you have a normal delivery and you don't have to be in there for any complications. And I just feel like that was totally unnecessary. Their pillows and blankets are fine. The bed's super comfortable, actually. It goes up and down, so you don't really have to, like, move or be uncomfortable, like, when breastfeeding or going back to bed or whatever. It's super easy. A lot of people say that you need those things for your spouse, so that way when they sleep in that chair or the bed or whatever, Gilbert, I'm really little, and he's obviously not. He's like 200 and whatever pounds, and he's 6'2" or 6'3". We slept in the same bed, and I loved it. We all got to cuddle as a family, and when Penelope needed to go to bed, we put her in that little bassinet thing, because it's really frowned upon to sleep with your baby, even though we love cuddling her. But we pulled a lot of all-nighters anyways. So the one thing I would just pack is a nursing bra, a cardigan, and then flip-flops. Those are literally the 3 things for clothing that I would pack for myself when I have another baby and when I do it again. I am not packing a full suitcase of sweatshirts and blah, 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 because you don't need it. So a few things that I brought that I'm really glad I brought. Obviously, I don't wear that much makeup, but I'm glad I brought all my makeup and my toothbrush and all that, because you are getting a lot of photos, and I think birth is such a beautiful thing, and natural face is so beautiful. But me personally, I am so glad I had makeup on when I had my video taken and when I had all my pictures taken. So I am glad that I had my makeup bag. Your friends and family can't come to the hospital, so we were FaceTiming nonstop. We always were FaceTiming grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and friends. And so I'm just so glad I had some makeup to put on my face, because you did just give birth. You are super swollen in the face, and it just makes you look a little bit better, in my opinion, and I'm glad I did it. So you do you, but I'm glad I had some makeup. Another thing I almost forgot, actually, which I'm so glad I didn't, a hair tie. My goodness, I went in there with this beautiful curled hair and thinking I'm going to look so good after birth. I was sweaty as can be. You are pushing, and I am so glad that nurse of mine put up my hair for me, because I got an epidural, and I'm so glad I did. But after an epidural, you're literally like laying there shaking, and you don't really have a lot of like movement after that. And she put up my hair for me, God bless her, and I really am thankful for her. But bring a hair tie, if not several, just in case you lose them. Don't forget your dry shampoo, because you are sweaty, like I said. I did not shower. And I don't regret that. I felt fine, honestly. I know it's gross, but you're so bloody and like getting pushed on and all that. I didn't feel comfortable showering until I got home anyways, because I had stitches and I just didn't want to go there. So I felt good about just dry shampoo, keeping that greasy hair at bay, and thank God for dry shampoo. Makeup bag, bring your face wipes. I had a lot of trouble walking after I was done giving birth, because you are so sore. No matter how many pain meds you have after that, you are just, your bottom half is so sore. So I did not get up to wash my face. I know that's disgusting, but I don't really care. I used face wipes, and that was good enough. I can go 3 days without getting a good deep scrub in there, and it was fine. It wasn't going to kill me, and I was so glad I didn't have to get out of bed because it was painful. Don't forget your phone charger, your flip-flops, your cardigan, and yeah. And obviously a hairbrush if you want. My hair is actually, thank goodness I have some decent hair. I can curl it and it will last for 3 or 4 days. So I curled it the day before and washed it that day. And so thankfully I didn't have to wash and do anything to it until I got home, which was really nice. The things I wish I would have brought, my number one thing out of anything in the whole world, snacks. Oh my word. You can't eat the whole time you're in that hospital until you give birth. And I was famished. I could not wait to eat, but I had Penelope at 6:48 and dinner was at 5. So I missed dinner. And during COVID, you can't have anybody come up and bring you food. So that's kind of terrible. So bring your snacks. We were able to order a delivery pizza. I think we got like Pizza Hut because they were the only ones open. And they delivered to us. But then you had to spend like $25 on that and all that, you know. Which was really nice, actually. We gave pizza to the nursing staff and they absolutely loved that. So that was really sweet. But bring your snacks. You are starving. And after I gave birth, I asked if they had anything for me to eat because I was literally so like shaky and hungry. And you're trying to breastfeed and all that. And you just burnt like how many calories and didn't eat all day. They gave me this turkey sandwich. And at the time, I will say that was the best thing of my life. But looking back, it was 2 slices of wheat bread with 2 like deli meat like turkey slices, and they're just kind of gross. I don't usually buy that kind of deli meat, but so at the time it was really good. I had a mayo and mustard packet with, but bring your snacks, bring a cooler if you have to. They don't care, and they actually recommend it because their snacks are not always the best. I forgot a water bottle, which was awful. They give you obviously like styrofoam cups and all that, but I hate product usage like that, so or product waste, I guess you could say. So I really regretted not using my water bottle because you are so thirsty. Breastfeeding, if nobody's told you before, you are so thirsty and so hungry. I'm still hungry. Penelope's 4 months old now, and I'm still starving all the time, and I'm so thirsty all the time. So bring your water bottle. I filled my water cup up there probably over 20 times. So bring your water bottle. Penelope obviously was a preemie, so I didn't get a chance to pack a lot of the things I wish I would have or would have known about, I guess. So she unfortunately had to use the hospital receiving blankets the whole time. I don't even know how we got this home with us. We probably just shoved it in our bag. I think you're supposed to keep these at the hospital. I don't think I'm supposed to have this, but whatever. It'll be a good little keepsake for her one day. But I wish I would have brought my own receiving blankets and swaddle blankets, because they're so much cuter and softer, and like they were fine, and the nurses did a really great job, and we're really thankful for that. But for pictures, I wish I would have had her swaddles and some matching bows. I didn't take any hair bows because I'm the worst mom ever. But I wish I would have taken some hair bows because she's so cute and she looks so good at them. But I wish we could have gotten some of those cute little pictures. And we got them when we got home, but it's just those first few moments, you know, you really want to capture that. And it would have been nice to put her in a cute little outfit, but it was fine, you know. I had a feeling I was going to go early and have a preemie baby. I just kind of had that like feeling in my gut the whole time. But I wish I would have at least bought one preemie outfit just in case, and some preemie diapers just in case, because I did have that feeling in my gut, I guess. But when Penelope was born, I didn't have any of that. And so I actually took this outfit for her to come home in. It's so cute, and like these little pants, and they're newborn size. They say up to 7 pounds. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. She was swimming in them. If I find a picture, I'll post it on this video so you can see. But my mom, bless her heart, she went and bought us some pants. But preemie pants are so hard to find. Preemie onesies, so hard to find. I think Walmart was the only place that had them. They only had like 3 like different options to choose from. But these are the pants. These are a little big on her. That fit her when she was actually just born. But these were the pants she had to come home in the hospital. So I didn't really plan well for that. And same thing with the onesie. This actually fit her. This is the back of it. This is the front of it. This actually fit her like when she came home and could wear it. But this is what I had to bring her home in. So I wish I would have had like a little preemie outfit. But that's okay. I had a little sleep sack. I learned in the hospital very quickly I hate sleep sacks. So this was super cute, and it was fun to get pictures in and all that. This is actually Gilbert's favorite little outfit she owns. But I hate sleep sacks, and I think they are just awful, to be honest. So I bought a ton of sleep sacks, and I regret all of them because I hate them so much. They're not practical whatsoever. And the last thing I'm going to say that I wish I would have brought were these. So I had a preemie baby. This is a nipple shield. I wish I would have known about these and brought these because, long story short, I have flat nipples, and well, I did. I don't anymore. But when I gave birth, I had flat nipples, and I had a preemie baby. So she had trouble breastfeeding, and those nipple shields made it so possible for her to breastfeed that we used those for about, I think, a month and a half to 2 months before she was nipple shield free, and then we could just do it skin to skin, which was really great. So I wish I would have brought those, but thankfully the hospital had them. But I have seen a lot of people's vlogs where they, the hospitals didn't have them. So next time I will be bringing those just in case I have any problems of that nature. So that's my hospital bag. The next thing I'm going to talk about is what I brought home from the hospital that they provided me. They have, for your baby, they have diapers. These are not the wipes from the hospital. This is a diaper from the hospital, but diapers and wipes for your baby. You don't have to bring any of that. They'll have that all for you. And obviously receiving blankets and all that, if you don't have them yet, don't worry about it. They gave me my pump once I was there, if I didn't already mention that. I already mentioned before, I freaking love these. These are the mesh panties. They gave you a ton of these, and these are my favorite thing ever. I just wore these in a sports bra and a cardigan the whole time. But they gave you the mesh panties. These are the huge, huge pads they give you. Honestly, I loved them. I thought they were so comfortable. It was like wearing a big old fluffy diaper. This was a lifesaver. This Dermaplast Pain Burn and Itch spray. I took home, I think, 2 cans of this. And I definitely will be taking just as many cans home next time because this was a lifesaver. It hurts so bad to have a baby, and I had stitches, so this was a lifesaver. This was my favorite thing also. These are like breakable ice packs. I went through probably like 30 of these. These are awesome because you're so sore that these numb you down there, and they collect, obviously, the blood. So you just toss them in the garbage once you're done. But these were, I wish I would have taken more of these. I saved this one just for this video. This is my Perry bottle. A lot of people invest in like one of those fancy ones I've seen. I didn't find that necessary. I felt like this worked just fine. You spray it down there, it's water. I haven't tried the other one, to be fair, so maybe I'll try that one day, but I felt like this was fine. I didn't find it necessary to go and buy that other blue one. You can if you want, but I feel like the free one they give you is just fine. And then lastly, I don't have any more. Oops. They gave you like these witch hazel tux pads. Those were awesome as well. They're like, they kind of look like face wipes almost, but they go down there and they cool down there as well. And they were just so great. So they, you can take some of those home. They recommend that you take everything in the bathroom because they have to throw it away anyways. And so I definitely took advantage of that and took all these home. I ended up not using all these like giant pads. I bought like some normal pads in my actual underwear that worked better when I got home because I didn't bleed as much as I thought I would, and thank goodness. At the time, you do bleed a lot in the hospital, and they're always checking you, and so I thought these were great for the hospital. But yeah, that's all I have for you. I'm sure that my hospital bag next time won't be as dramatic. I loved having a baby, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, please. It helps my family. Bye.